fresh out the oven.
What is cracking, everybody? It's Megapieman here, and welcome to another Look at My Map video, this time for Pass Gridiron A20. That, of course, meaning that it is a pastime map for Team Fortress 2. If you didn't know, I make maps for TF2. You know now. If you didn't know before, welcome. How's it going? Anyway, last time I did a video on this map, things were a little bit different, so let's talk about the changes. Big changes that I've made are to mid and to some of the transition areas going to the goal, and moved things around at the goal line a little bit as well. If you ever played Pastime, there are 3 goals: a run-in goal, a throw-in goal, and a bonus goal. For this map specifically, I have made each goal worth a different amount. Normally, run-in and throw-in are worth 1 point, and the bonus is worth 3 points. For Gridiron, the throw-in is worth 1 point, the run-in is worth 2 points, and the bonus is, of course, worth its normal 3 points. The idea behind that is to try and get games to finish, more than not. You always play till 5 on Pastime, and a big problem with Pastime maps is they tend to take for freaking ever because they stall out as people can't score enough points or even score at all. My hope for this map is to make it smaller and more concise, to have scoring happen more often, and to get more points when you score for things like the run-in goal, which you only got to get 3 run-in goals in order to win, opposed to previously when it was worth 1, you had to get 5 run-in goals. So less goals means more chances for the rounds to finish. Now, I did change around mid quite a bit. You'll see that a lot of the geometry in here is different than it was the last time I talked about this map, and that's mainly twofold. Number 1, this area has a problem with sentries. Number 2, this area has a problem with being able to push in and out of it. A lot of the time, for very annoying, unknown reasons that I'm trying to still figure out, pushes just kind of stall out at mid. One of it is that if an engineer builds a level 3 sentry somewhere at mid, it's difficult to attack it, which is what helps one team basically own mid. And the second thing is, I don't know. I don't really know why it's so difficult to push through mid, but I'm trying to figure this out by moving around geometry and making it so that places sentries can be are more open, can be attacked from farther distances away so they can be outranged, and there's less places that they can be put. Now, previously I had some fences and stuff in here, but I changed them with these large curved brushes that are, I guess, going to be some kind of foundry machine things. I don't know. I'll worry about that when I got to detail the thing. But anyway, the purpose of these curved roofs is to indicate that you cannot build sentries up here. Same thing with that slanted roof over here. This is specifically for soldiers being able to jump up here and attack sentries, or demo man being able to lob grenades over at sentries, or rather the enemy team over that, to try and help push forward. And this upper ground is similar. Try to get up here, get yourself some high ground, and push forward. But you can't build on any of the areas that are sloped or curved, and the slopes and curves are specifically used to indicate that you cannot build there, because if it was just a flat ground, people are like, why can't I build here? Well, you can't build there because it's curved ground. Now, personally, I don't like buildings being able to be built on slopes or curves as it is, because in TF2, the engineers' buildings don't adjust themselves to the ground that they're on. Instead, they'll just float in the air, which doesn't look all that great. I know it's just aesthetics, but it doesn't look all that great. So, using curves, I'm trying to indicate that you can't build here. As the SCV from StarCraft 2 says, that is a prop going into that brush. That needs to be fixed. But yeah, all these props over here, you can build on top of this, but there's not really a whole lot you can do here by doing so. And all of these props here do stop some buildings from being able to be built because they can't be built in that weird geometry space. But yeah. Changed around this doorway to try to block some sight lines going across. There is still this sight line going from here to here, but considering that to get here, these areas are mostly going to be owned by whatever side they're on. Like, blue's going to own this side, and blue's going to really own this side. So blue's just got the ability to snipe at blue, which doesn't do anything to help blue. You see what I'm going for here. It's the same on the red team. Sell these catwalks to try and get some height when going past mid, help you get in there, get the ball, and move on with a jack. I changed previously down here, these were small ammo packs, changed them to small health packs, just to try and give engineers less of a easy time of setting up and repairing stuff. I mean, you can build a dispenser and get all your metal that way, but that takes time and costs metal to do. I've also gotten rid of an ammo pack that I had tried over here. I don't remember the last version of this map. I had an ammo pack over here. I had a medium ammo pack, but I got rid of that. That means there are no longer any ammo packs in the mid building, which might be a problem. We'll have to see how things go with testing. I do have these pickups out here, and pickups over there, and pickups over here, so they're by mid where you can get some health and get some ammo. Actually, there might be too much health, honestly, when coming out of mid, which might be part of the problem. Another part of the problem that I only recently realized is that my trigger brushes, you can't see them, they're invisible when you're actually in a BSP file running a map in-game, but I have trigger brushes that are like, they start like right about here and go all the way to the goal area. And the whole point of that is when the ball enters this area, blue team, in this case, gets a lower respawn time than red team, which for this map I have default is 8 when the round starts, 8-second respawns. When the ball is over here, blue team gets 4, red team has 8. When the ball is here, both teams have 8 again, and then when the ball is over here, blue team has 8 and red team has 4. I'll change this around if I need to try to help whichever team I need to for pushing. This is also the same trigger brush that swaps the spawn rooms. So first, originally you spawn here, then if the ball makes it into that area, you start spawning back here. Because the spawn is farther back, the spawn time is lowered to try to even that out. Whether or not it's too low and makes it too difficult to push in here and score a goal is something that will have to be seen with testing, something I've really been trying to work on. I did move around a couple of things here at the goal line. As you can see, all of the goals are numbered for how many points they are worth. And I moved the goal over, it used to be here, I moved it over to here. I was talking with Zeus3005, who's a mapper on TF2 Maps, and someone who's been helping me out with stuff. They've done some model work for some of my maps, and I've been helping them out with layout design and that kind of thing. They gave me the thought that I should probably push over the run-in goal to make it less easy to just take this path, go over here, go past that trailer, and get the run-in. So I moved it over a little bit, you know, talking is hard. I moved it over a little bit, moved around the trailer a little bit, changed this geometry here to match the moved around brushes that I had to do in order to move over the run-in goal. So no longer do you have that nifty curved railing that I had before. There just wasn't enough space here to put it, but you have an angled staircase, so there you go. Dealing with a lot of angles in this map. I don't know if I'm trying to overcompensate with angles and use them when I shouldn't be, just to try to make the map more interesting. Working with angles can be a pain in Source, but to me, angled areas make an area feel more believable and more interesting than your normal 90-degree corners. But I am afraid a little bit that I might be using angles a little bit too much just for the sake of it, opposed to needing to do it. Something else that changed a lot is I got rid of the opening and closing well sliding doors. They're called the well doors because they're mostly used on CP well, but you see these big sliding doors around on a couple other maps as of anymore. I used to have them here to block off sight lines and such, but I got rid of them, moved around geometry to block sight lines so you can no longer just come out here and get a sight line all the way over to here, which was a big problem. Moved that around, changed that up, made it so that you have this high ground here when going into mid. I don't know if this is going to be a sniper problem. I have to wait and see how things are. It's a bit difficult to get up here as sniper. You got to either jump or walk around on this coal. I can't get rid of this coal area, I suppose. The coal overspill is mostly just for giving a reason as to why this area over here, you can't walk through that because that is a level boundary. But if I need to, I can get rid of that so it's harder for people to get on top of the coal cars. but we'll have to see how that goes in testing. But yeah, you can push out from this way. You still spawn over here. You come up this way. You go through the new geometry in this room. Go up these stairs. You can go over this way. You can go around this way, or you can go over this way. I don't know how much sense it makes to have a train car just like right there. I mean, I have the other train car that's right here with the train bumper there on the bridge thing, and it's a little bit weird and probably not all that realistic, and I'm doing it again over here, but it's the main thing that I could figure out that really filled up the space that I needed it to fill up without just being a big square. I tried a couple different vehicles in here, anything from trucks to vans to cars. None of them were quite large enough to block the views that I wanted to, so I put the train coal car in there, and it seems to do a well enough job. We'll see how that works with testing. Also expanded this upper area. Go up these stairs. You can move around all of this upper area here. You can still, if you get the opportunity to, since you can't get up there from over here all that easily, if you spawn on this side, a sniper would have to go this way, go over here, around, up, and over. Not impossible, but not as likely to get the sniping over on that way. But if you build sentries up over here, you have this whole area that they can be outranged with. Whether or not that spot will be a problem is something that we'll have to see, of course, with testing. But I think that is pretty much it. Mostly everything else that I did on this map is stuff that you can't see it because it involves clip brushes so that the jack cannot get caught under things. Unlike a flag for capture the flag or special delivery, and like the intelligence briefcase flag, whatever you want to call it, the jack can roll under stuff. The flag, when it's dropped, it just drops straight on the ground. It's not going to move. But if somebody throws the jack, because it is a ball, it will roll, and it can roll underneath like a train car and get caught under here. Roll underneath this trailer and get stuck under here, and people just can't come and get it. It will reset after a short period of time, but that's kind of obnoxious. So I put clip brushes down there as the jack responds to clip brushes. So no longer can that happen. You don't have to worry about the jack getting stuck underneath weird things, getting stuck behind pallets. Do I have any leaning pallets anymore? I don't think I have any leaning pallets anymore. But previously I had some pallets leaning on walls, and the jack could actually roll underneath them and get stuck under there, and it was really, really bad. They can't get stuck in here either, so we'll have to see through testing, of course, if there's any spots that I missed, but I did add a lot of clipping around the map to try to stop that from happening. Something else that I did is I added more spectator cams to the map. So now I think there's a total of 6 spectator cams, 3 for each team. This one is only for blue. This one's only for blue. This one's only for red. This one's only for red. This one, I think, is for blue, and that one is the welcome point, and this one's only for red. So I guess technically there are 7 spectator cams, but there's only about 4 that can be used by each team to see their side of the map. I didn't really think it would be fair for somebody to be sitting in spectator and able, or for somebody on blue team to be able to see red team's defenses while they're respawning. I mean, if you send spectator, you can see everything. That's just how the game works. There's nothing I can do about that. But if you're on blue team, you shouldn't be able to see the defenses of red team or vice versa unless you're actually on that side of the field. But that's how things are for now. Thank you very much for watching. Please let me know what you think of the map in the comment section below or on the thread over on tf2maps.net. You can head over there and download the map, check it out, play it for yourself, let me know your thoughts, if it's good, if it's bad, if it sucks, if it doesn't, if you think it's fun or not. So far, the development of this map has been mixed. It's beginning better. I actually had a couple people tell me in previous versions of the map that it was probably ready for hitting beta and detailing. I don't think it is that, personally. I really don't think that it's that far along, but it's close. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm MegapieMan. If you're interested in me and my stuff, you can check out other videos I've done here on this channel, or check out videos on my main channel. I recently did a video over there, which is youtube.com/MegapiemanPHD, for the game Hellbound, a first-person shooter. That tries to be a classic first-person shooter, but with modern technology. So if you want to check that out, go ahead and do that. Anyway, I'm MegapieMan, and I'll talk to you guys later.